Hi, I'm Jack Slocum with Option Alpha. Today we're going to be reviewing my 1-year trading results here, trading on the Option Alpha platform. I started this video series, Options Trading 2.0, with $10,000 and a desire to learn and get better as an options trader using the Option Alpha platform. And that journey's been a bit of a rocky road. As you can see here, there were some ups and downs. I started off manually trading. Then I went down and rolled the dice for a bit with their earnings trades and ultimately decided to automate all of my trading into these bots that you see over here. As part of this video, we're going to look at some of the strategies that have been successful, and we're going to review some of the things that I learned with some of the strategies that were not successful. But before I go down that path, the first thing I want to say, it has been amazing to collaborate with all of you and exchange ideas. Thank you for all the feedback in the comments. And most important, I thank God, my rock. All good things, wisdom, and strength come from you. Before we review these strategies, let's go ahead and take a look at the 1-year results. So like I was saying earlier, it's been a bit of a rocky road, and I'll show you the full results here from when I started. If you look here, wow, it was really a bloodbath when I started off. I was losing constantly, and this is when I was doing manual trading. I was also doing some earnings trades that I had built a tool, Earnings Edge, which is in the platform, and I was making several trades. I eventually found success with the earnings trades, but because of the roller coaster they put me on, I decided to abandon those to look for other strategies which could potentially return more consistent results. I built some bots, it's kind of the middle of this video series, that were not back tested, and started trading them live. One was called Daddy Long Legs. I think I lost $4,000 or $5,000 on that one, and several other strategies that were buying long debit spreads and were super risky. And I really didn't have enough data to make good long-term trades because there was no way for me to test what I was doing to see whether it was a good strategy or not. Every trade I was making was based on a hunch. And then we built the 0DTE back tester at Option Alpha, which has completely changed the way I trade. Having visibility into the way that the strategy plays out gives me the encouragement I need to hold on long term. And if we review, this here is the back test for this opening range breakout we're going to be releasing very soon, and also the ability to combine back tests into a single strategy with several different rules that you can do. It's actually pretty cool. Actually, I'll show you real quick. This is coming in our next release. So I could potentially say only open the test B if test A is also open or is not open. So this gives you creative ways in order to combine these back tests together in order to create a single strategy out of them. So the first thing we're going to take a look at here is this gray line here is the combination of both of these back tests. And if you look, it looks like an obvious winner, a great strategy that's going straight up over the course of the last 3 years and would be very easy to trade and just hold on and win. However, if you actually look at the details here, if you would have started right here on August 29th, where the combined results were $3,211, several months later here, you'd have been in the hole. And there's many other periods like this where if we started here on January 6th, again, for this whole period here, which is 2 or 3 months, we would have been in the hole or breaking even. And if you look here, it's the same thing. If you were to hit one of these peaks up here on December 18th, for example, where the profit and loss was 8,800, you would have had this entire period here where, look at, here it is, looks like 6 months later, and you're at 8,860 bucks. So that 6-month period would have seemed like, this strategy doesn't work. So what I learned as a part of this process, and by the way, this continues on, every single one of these has these windows where if you're analyzing from this point that you got in across this period, it looks like the strategy doesn't work. And so what I've learned over the course of this video series is to backtest these strategies and then trust them long term, knowing that if we analyze from a short-term window, if we turn on a bot or we start trading a strategy and we only trade it for 2 months or 3 months, or even some of these are 6 months, then in that small little window, it looks like the strategy is not working and it's not a winner. But when you look from the long-term perspective of 3 years here, you can see this is actually a great strategy, even if in these 6-month windows, it looks like it's breaking even or not winning. So for me, I've been holding on knowing that the strategies work long-term, specifically because I have more data to look into now. And a great example of this bot right here, which completely looks like a long shot bot, and let's face it, it is. It has, over the course since I started it, it has 2 wins and 43 losses. So one could say that this bot is just buying lottery tickets and I got lucky. However, when I started the bot, I knew exactly what it did. I had back tested it and looked at this back test, and what I saw was the longest win streak it's ever had is 1 and the longest losing streak is 38. And over the course of these 3 years of trading this strategy, it had 17 wins and 221 losses for a 7.1% win rate. But it netted $149,000 over that 3-year period, only risking $300 per position. And so I knew that this bot was going to trade, and when it traded, it was going to lose over and over and over again. But then every once in a while, it hits these amazing winners. And when I turned it on, that's exactly what it's been doing. It's only had 2 winners, but I started it with $2,500, but it did have a drawdown at one point of $6,900, so I had to give it more capital. But now it's up $9,500, and I'm hoping that before it drops all the way down again, it's going to hit another winner. So if we jump over and take a look at this other bot over here, the Wi-Fi 1DTE bot, and you look, it hit this peak up here on November 4th of $5,178, and currently it's at $4,428. 6 months, 7 months later, it's here. But because I'm thinking about this from the perspective of this back test that we looked at over here, where I know even this back test here had this peak up here and then went an additional about 6, 7, 8 months where it was pretty much flat before it hit its next run up. And what I'm looking at with this bot is the same thing. I'm sure, but if you look when I started it, it actually lost its first 3 trades, 3 max losses in a row before it actually hit a winning streak. And then over here it went all the way down, and now it's in the process of coming back up. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it, looking at it from this 3-year, 5-year window, knowing that over that time it's going to hit these streaks where it goes like this, and then the rest of the time it can go sideways, and I'll continue to hold on. Those are some of the important things I've learned over the course of this video series. All the bots that I am trading here are available. I'll include a link to them in the description of this video if you want to take a look at them and see if you like them. You're welcome to trade them. If you have any feedback or comments for me, please send it over. Any ideas to improve the strategies, I'm always looking for new ways to make them better. I'm excited to announce that we do have a new release coming very soon. It will be available in the next 2 weeks, and as part of that, we're doing this opening range breakout, which is a new feature in this back tester. I will be starting up a bot that does it very soon, so that will be my next video. So that's it for today's video. Thanks again for following along as part of this video series. I'll see you again next time.